Hey Internet, this is Big Fat Video Game Nerd, and I just finished watching the review for Soul Calibur 5 over on GameTrailers.com, and this is the exact kind of bullshit that I'm trying to talk about in this show, and hopefully change the industry with. They went over everything that was good and everything that was bad in the video, and I love the commentator, and I love the things that he has to say, but at the end of this video, they gave it a 6.0 for story, an 8.6 for design, an 8.9 for gameplay, and an 8.5 for presentation. Now, unless these scores are rated, and I have no idea how they score their games, you add those all up, and the game should have gotten a 65, which is a D. But instead, they give it an 8.7, which lends me to believe that, like I've always said, that these things are bought and paid for. If the game deserves a D because it's crap that's just rehashed, then the game deserves a D. Now, I'll be picking up a copy of this game and doing a review on it, but, like, why give it an 8.7? Why give it an above average score? Almost an A. Almost an A quality game. Almost a top tier level game score if the game is just rehashed. If it has no story, if it got a 6.0, why does design, gameplay, and presentation mean so much more than whether or not the story was good? And then I don't even understand how they could give it an 8.6, 8.9, 8.5. From the design standpoint, they talked about how like the characters had no expression and how it's pretty much the exact same stuff with a few features removed, and that the combos were really hard to pull off and things like that. So, and the presentation was, just lackluster. So why give it 8.6s, 8.9s, and 8.5s? Why give it an above average score if you're sitting there telling me everything that's wrong with the game? Like, a lot of people just look at that end score. They don't listen to everything, and then, or even if they do listen, they see that it got an 8.7 and said, oh, it's a really good game. Like, I like the other Soul Calibur, so I'm probably going to go buy it, and, that's what most people do, and I completely understand that, but don't give the game an 8.7 if the game's only a 65. If the game is only a D quality game, give it a D quality score. That way, when the people that make the game, because I know that they watch all the reviews and they talk about it in their little office meetings and board meetings and stuff, when they see that their game got a D, they'll pay more attention. They'll try to make a better game. You can't keep pushing the industry forward if you give crap games good scores. So I'm going to do a review of the game, and if the game deserves a D, then I'm going to give it a D. If the game deserves an F, I'm going to give it an F. If the game deserves an 87, which I really don't believe, especially even based on their scores, like, I would really like to know how they weight their games. Like, is design worth twice as much as story? Then why not make design out of 20 and make story out of, they should weight it. They should put all that stuff up and be upfront about it and say, we don't value story as much as we value design. That way, if somebody that does value story sees that, they won't come there for the reviews. But they can't be upfront about that kind of stuff, because then they'd lose subscribers, they'd lose people's interests, and they would go someplace else. So I just hate the amount of lying in the industry and how these reviews are bought and paid for. Like, don't go buy this game just because it got an 87 or a 90 or whatever scores on the internet, because these people rating these games are not gamers. Go and look in the community and find out what the community thinks of the game. And you know what? If you're just a Soul Calibur fan and you're going to buy it anyway, you're going to buy it anyway. I mean, go play it. I'm sure it's going to be fun, but it's not going to, like they even said themselves, it's not going to reinvent the wheel. It's not going to revolutionize the industry. So just keep that in mind. Try to make smarter decisions whenever buying video games. I'll have a review for it, hopefully within the next couple weeks after I get it, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Bye.